looked up, he didn't realize his little paw was under his foot.
So he stepped on him?
Yeah.
Stella, Splash, Simba, Hydrox, and Boo, the Lucky Ferals.
It is 7:30 a.m. and it is 2 degrees out. It is 21.6 degrees in Hydrox's shelter. Now I'm hoping that is just the temperature of the sensor and that it's warmer on the heated pet mat where Hydrox would actually be laying. Because after all, it is heated and his body would be resting on the heated portion. Good morning, Boo. Good morning, Splash. Good morning, Simba. Today I gave the cats their breakfast on ceramic plates instead of paper plates because I wanted to see how much of the food they would eat. They normally leave some food on the paper plates, like a little bit, pretty much like what Stella left on this plate. I was wondering with the ceramic plates if they would actually lick the plates clean, but so far that's not the case, and that's not the case here either. Now for Boo and Simba, I had to bribe them into eating their food with some crunchies, and then I had to use a few freeze-dried shrimp on top, and Boo only ate about half of his. And I would say Simba ate about 3/4 of his. It's about 8 a.m. right now. I just came outside to give Hydrox some fresh water and some food. And if I did not have this heated kitty cafe here right now, everything would be frozen. This is the water that was in the stainless steel bowl. It is a solid block of ice. It's just solid ice. This is the other little food bowl on the other side of the patio. I guess with all the rain yesterday, it filled up with water. And then overnight, it froze solid. The thermometer on the side of the garage says it's 2 degrees out. I brought what was left of Boo's food upstairs and I sprinkled one of the raw Boost mixers on it. And then Boo ate a little bit more of it. Then I went outside to feed Hydrox, and when I came inside, Stella was finishing it. So Stella ate all her food and then she waits, and whatever Simba leaves on his plate, she eats. And then whatever Boo leaves on his plate, he eats. Yesterday, what I did was I picked up Simba's food after he ate it, and I was going to give it back to him later when he was hungry again, but when I did, he wouldn't eat it. It is 5:33 p.m. right now, and I just got home, and Hydrox came out of the shelter, and he meowed at me quite a bit because he wants to eat some food. And when I got home, I honestly thought that I might not even see my greenhouse in the backyard anymore. So first of all, it is really super windy out. Like, it is ridiculously windy. And that is probably what just spooked Hydrox. And that's why I thought, like, when I got home, I was not going to see my greenhouse. Like, I did not know, like, what was going to be in my yard and what was not going to be in my yard. When I left earlier, there's like a huge piece of wood in my front yard. I have no idea what it is. I don't know where it came from, but obviously it blew there. The wind blew it there. So anyway, I just gave Hydrox food. He has 3 scoops of the homemade raw food with some warm water and some herbs. And I have to put it in the heated kitty cafe, otherwise it will freeze because it is still super cold out. I think it's like 10 degrees out. I was really close. It's like 9 degrees out. The temperature reading in the heated shelter is 24 degrees. This is the problem with freezing the raw food for the cats in large scoops. So this food has been sitting out for about 5 hours. This is 2 large scoops. And right now it is still frozen inside. Maybe there's like a ½ inch of somewhat defrosted food around the edges, but the majority of this food is still frozen. So the cats have to wait for their dinner. They're just gonna have to wait a few more hours for this to defrost. Right now it's 5:47 p.m. and I just tied a mouse onto the ribbon on what used to be an Undercover Mouse toy because I want to keep the cats kind of distracted and entertained for a while their food defrosts. So we'll see how much they play with this. Stella's been having slumber parties here on the play rug. So there's a lot of cat stuff here right now. What are you doing, Boo? Are you okay, Boo? Hello, Boo. How are you? You're looking very handsome today, Boo. Boo wants me to show you that he still really likes his arch. Right, Boo? Okay. It is 9:35 a.m. right now, and I just came outside to give Hydrox some breakfast. He's getting some homemade raw food with some chicken broth mixed in and a freeze-dried rabbit nugget, or part of a freeze-dried rabbit nugget. And he just came out of his shelter. He's still sleepy. And it's still below freezing. Everything is all frozen. But what I noticed on this blue tub shelter is that someone's been using this one also. Look at that. So there's like a fleece blanket in there. And it looks like someone has been going in and out of that entryway. I think Stella ate Boo's breakfast. So I gave the cats their homemade raw food with some chicken broth, and I sprinkled a little bit of a freeze-dried rabbit nugget on top. And for some reason, instead of eating, Simba ran upstairs. So what I did was, Boo started eating downstairs right away. I did not have to bribe him to eat, so I took Simba's plate of food upstairs to him, and he was in the cat tower by the window, and I gave it to him there. And in the time it took me to do that and then to go back downstairs, all of the food downstairs had been eaten. Stella ate her food, Splash ate her food, and all of Boo's food was gone, except Boo was on Stella's side of the table and Stella was on Boo's side of the table, and it looked like Boo might have gotten bopped in the head by Stella. Because his fur was like weird on top of his head. So I checked the security camera and it didn't catch anything. But my gut instinct is that Boo normally does not eat that fast. And for all the food to be gone and for Stella to be on Boo's side of the table, I think Stella ate Boo's breakfast. So I had some warmed up chicken broth left over. And I took one of the freeze-dried rabbit nuggets, the Primal, and I crushed the freeze-dried rabbit nugget into the chicken broth, and I let it reconstitute for a few minutes. And then I just gave it to Boo, and he is just lapping it up. He's really drinking all of the liquid. It was quite a bit of liquid. It was actually too much liquid to reconstitute the nugget. It was very soupy. But he's definitely enjoying it. And I would definitely make chicken stock for the cats again. It's 11:11 a.m. Stella has been relaxing in the sun this morning. Stella, are you enjoying this? Stella loves laying in the sun. Hello, Stella. Right now it's 7 p.m. I just got home a few minutes ago. Hydrox just came up to the back door. He's been meowing because he wants some food. Stella was just inside the back door, like smelling Hydrox through the back door, and then she hissed at him. And then she walked away. So it's gotten a little bit warmer out today. It's now around freezing, around 32 degrees. So I just gave Hydrox some homemade raw food. There's like 3 scoops of the homemade raw food with some water and some herbs, and he started to eat and then he ran off. He should come back and finish it. It's 8:49 p.m. It is 8:30 a.m. The cats are eating their breakfast. Stella and Splash are sharing a platter on the dining table. Today, Boo says he prefers to eat on the bottom step. And Simba waited to see what Boo was doing before he even attempted to eat. Now he just ran upstairs. For breakfast, the cats are getting their homemade raw food with some chicken broth mixed in, some water, and it is topped with some freeze-dried rabbit sprinkles, which is half of a Primal raw rabbit nugget split amongst the 4 cats as a little garnish on top of their meal. One thing that I noticed recently, and I don't know how well you can see it on the camera, is that Boo has a lot less white hairs than he did in the past. Like, he has black fur, but it used to be speckled with like white hairs or just like pieces of white fur, and he's much darker now. Like, there's way less white hairs on him. He still has his white patch, his white heart on his belly, but like on his back it's almost solid black. Right now I'm looking at him and I could see 2 white hairs on his hind legs and 2 near his neck. He used to have more than that. Simba didn't want to finish his food, and he was upstairs in the cat tower in my bedroom. So I brought the food here to him, and he still wouldn't eat it. He's acting all weirded out, like he's looking like the other cats are gonna come attack him or something. So I don't know what happened overnight. I don't know if there was a fight. I don't know like what's going on. I don't know what kind of dynamic there is between the cats right now. But I enticed him with a few crunchies, and I went to leave the room, and he would not eat it either, even with crunchies on it. So I have to just stay here with him, and now he's going to eat the food. So I don't know what's going on with Simba. But with 4 cats, there's always some kind of dynamic going on between them. There's always some kind of relationship issues, right, Simba? I wasn't listening. Tell me from the beginning.
He went to feed him. No, while I was getting the food ready, he went to give him some treats. outside, and Buddy came, I guess, wanted to rub up against him close, and when Daddy took the step, he didn't realize his little paw was under his foot.
So he stepped on him?
Yeah. And then Buddy hissed, but then after that, Daddy petted him, and he was happy. He liked it, so Daddy thinks somebody owns him.
Oh.
Good. He's very friendly and everything.
Mm-hmm.
So that's his story.
Yeah.
So that's it.
It's 10:23 a.m. I just got back from Trader Joe's. And here's Hydrox. I gave him food this morning, and all the food is gone. I don't know if he ate it or another cat ate it. But I just bought him a few cans of Trader Joe's tuna for cats because he loves that. You want some tuna? Hydrox, you want some tuna for cats? Okay, I'll go put some together for you, okay? Tuna for cats, right? You want some tuna for cats? You love tuna for cats. I just gave Hydrox about half of a can of the Trader Joe's tuna for cats, along with some water and some herbs, just in case he didn't eat the other food. This morning, there was some bird poop in the food bowl in the Heated Kitty Cafe. So, like, it was empty, and there's a little bird poop in it, so I had to clean that out. Hydrox should be happy. That's really like his favorite canned food. Now, it's not regular tuna that I'm giving him. It's Trader Joe's tuna for cats, which is tuna with a bunch of vitamins and minerals added to make sure that, cats get all their required nutrition. Right now it's a little after 8 p.m. and I just got back a few minutes ago. And instead of parking in my driveway, I parked on the road in front of my house. And instead of waiting for me on the patio, Hydrox was waiting for me near where I parked, which was kind of strange. And I got out of the car and all of a sudden I heard him meowing at me. I'm like, where is he? And he was in one of the bushes near that side of the yard. And so then I came inside through the front door, and then when I opened the back door, he's back here waiting. So he's a very, very smart cat, and he understands the whole lay of the land around here. So Hydrox, I'm just about to give you some food. He's getting some homemade raw food with some water and herbs, but he's getting it in the Heated Kitty Cafe because it's cold out. I actually moved the bowl over for him because I realized that the temperature is above freezing right now, which is good, and he prefers eating on this side. So I'm letting him do that, and I'll check back in about 5 or 10 minutes just to see if he finished everything. If he ate everything, I could give him some of the Trader Joe's tuna. Today for dinner, I fed the cats on 2 platters. And Simba has decided he's going to eat on the platter with Stella and Splash. So one of them needs to move over onto Boo's platter. Stella, can you move over onto Boo's platter? Splash, can you move over onto Boo's platter? Maybe Stella will move over. Simba! Move over. Simba. Simba. Move over. That's right. Move over to, there you go, Boo. Okay, I did a little bit of maneuvering, but I got all 4 of them eating together at the same time. I had to use a crunchy bribe. The set of IKEA dishes for kids, which I've been using for the cats when I don't use paper, had bowls that came with it. It had 4 plates that are perfect for a cat's meal, for like a dinner or breakfast. It had 4 smaller plates that are perfect for treats or crunchies, and it also had 4 little bowls. And I just gave Boo some tuna soup. I actually gave Splash some tuna soup and he didn't want it, so Boo went over and he's eating it. And these bowls are so cute. They're like the perfect size to give a cat like a little bit of soup. And basically it's just Trader Joe's tuna for cats and some water mixed in. Like, I would not use these bowls for water bowls. I mean, you could, but they're really small. But to me, if I'm feeding a cat something like really soupy, and if I don't want to put it on like a plate, I could put it in these little bowls, and you could see he can perfectly fit in there. Now, if some cats have that sensitivity with their whiskers, you obviously wouldn't want to use these bowls. But Boo's having absolutely no problem eating out of it. He licked up all the liquid and then now there's just some of the solid tuna left.
Thank you for watching this Lucky Ferals video. If you enjoyed it, please give it a thumbs up. Please subscribe if you'd like me to post more videos, and please make sure to check out these other videos that were selected especially for you.